Hi, welcome to lovely Suffolk. Isn't it gorgeous? So peaceful. But soon all this will disappear because we're right on the path of the proposed Tilbury to Norwich Pylon Route. And those pylons demand that a 100-metre wide swathe be cut out of the countryside to make room for both the pylons and the wires. So it's a continuous dead zone. So much of this, or all of this, will disappear. All the trees, and apparently there's 1 million trees being destroyed, it's just as this project. There's lots of these projects around Britain at the minute, but 1 million trees will be taken out by this project, and countless miles of hedgerow. It's an absolute nature, wildlife, ecological disaster. It really is. Since I've stood here, I've heard yellowhammers, skylarks, goldfinches. I don't know if they'll come across on the camera. I've seen a hare, even a red kite. But soon, all that will be in danger. Sorry about my camera work, by the way. This is my first video. I just felt I had to do it. I just feel so strongly. The pylons will continue, all the way north. So many of those trees you see in the distance on the horizon, they will go. Also, they have the power, they have been given wartime powers to close any footpaths anywhere near the pylons forever. So even ancient footpaths like this will go, and you'll no longer be able to walk along here. Isn't that sad? What a price to pay. And it all seems to be due to opening the countryside up for solar farms. In fact, I'll just try and peek over this hedge. There's one due to be installed behind us here, but that got cancelled because they found a gas main running nearby. And apparently the batteries for the solar farms have a tendency to fly into flames, which is amazing. And we'll do the solar farm thing later, but I'll try and do another video this afternoon. But I think the main thing is that if 1 million trees, that just seems such a great price to pay. I mean, we all want green energy, but this is just such a huge price to pay. How do you ever compensate for that? How do you ever tally it? You won't be able to see them, I don't think, but in the distance, about a mile to our east, there's a line of existing pylons. So I don't know if any technical people out there could explain if they could be used. Could you not just upgrade those? I don't know. There must be a way, right? This just seems like carnage. It just seems they've been given these powers, been able to compulsory buy vast tracts of land for very little money, and the whole idea seems to be to open up the countryside for speculative solar farms. It just seems so sad. I'm a very green person, but I just worry about the wildlife, the nature, even an ancient hedge. I counted the species in that one. It's about 700 years old, that piece of hedge. And when it goes, you're just going to lose so much wildlife. And I know it may seem like a silly thing, but if anyone's green enough to care about green electric, are they not green enough to care about the wildlife? It's just an absolute scandal. So I guess my takeaway from this video is this too big a price to pay? 1 million trees, scarring the landscape, killing off habitat, losing wildlife in them, well, millions. Is that a fair price to pay for this green revolution? And it's just one little small pocket of Suffolk that's going to disappear in the next year or so if we're not very careful. Anyway, let me know in the comments, let me know what you think to this net zero revolution, whether you're pro or con, or whether you can see any alternatives. Plainly, I just think we should plant more trees, but apparently not. There's no money in that. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it's quite a sad video, and I'll try and post something from a solar farm over the next day or two. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.